Welcome to the Basic English. Here I'm gonna talk about some basics of English, and then after the basic I will progress to the advance of English. So here are three sentences. I'm gonna read it for you. One, he reads a book, and the second one, I read a book, and the third one, he is a student. So can you see the differences between two sentences above? Reads. The first sentences reads, there is a s with the verb read, and the second sentence there is no s with the verb called read. So why is that? Because the subject is the main reason whether the verb takes is or not. So if we define the verb, if we define the subject, then we can be sure that whether I have to add is or not with the verb. So we have to define the subject, we have to know the persons in English. So there are three persons in English: first person, second person, and third person. So first person, who are first person? So first persons can be the persons who is speaking right now. The speaker is always a first person. Suppose I am speaking here, so I is the first person, and the plural of I is we. So we is first person. So first person, there are two first persons in English. First I, the singular person. Singular means the single entity of the persons. Okay, so I is the first person and singular number. So the plural of I is we. So I singular and we plural, and I and we, these two words can be said as first person. And the second person, who is the second person? Second person is the listener. The person in front of you is listening to you, to the speaker's speech. So he is called the second person. Second person, there are one second person, and this is you. Okay, so here I is equal to first person. First person. You is equal to second person. Okay, so there is no doubt here. Second person. And what is the third person? Third person means the naming word, any kind of naming word, like Rafik, like Mr. X, like the fan, or material persons, or material things, like rice, computer, spectacles, fan, everything, excluding I and you. So first person and second person, without these two persons, everything in this world can be called third person. So here are some examples of third person, that is he, she, any name is equal to third person. Okay, third person. So we have already known about the person in English grammar. So first person I is equal to first person, and you is equal to second person, he, she, any name is equal to third person. So now we're gonna know what is number. There are two types of number. One is singular number and the second is plural number. So as I mentioned before, singular means single entity of anything. Suppose the number can be or must be one, okay, single entity. Suppose I means one person, okay, means I means one person here, so the single number, that is the single number. And he is one person here, she is one person here, those are single number. But the plural number has to be more than one person. The plural number has to be more than one person. Say for example, they. So they means the plurality of the people. So here more than one people. So we can say they. And Rohim and Korim. If we have to say Rohim and Korim. So if I ask you guys, how many persons here? Obviously there are two persons, so the number is plural here. So what have we already known? Persons and number. So look, the subject. If the subject becomes third person singular number, then the verb takes s, and the other, on the other cases, verb takes no any s. So we must have to remember that in writing a sentence, in making a sentence, that what is the situation of subject. Is the subject third person, is the subject first person, or is the subject singular number or plural number? So we must have to define those two things, the person and the number. Then we may come at the end that whether it takes s or not. So look back at the first sentence. Here uh, he is among the third person, okay. So he means the single person and the singular number. So the condition comes to an end that it is third person singular number. So the verb takes s here because this sentence is written in simple present tense. So I'm not gonna talk about the tense right now. I will talk about the tense after this class. So here we stick to the mechanism of sentence. So he, third person singular number here, that's why verb takes s. And the second sentence, I, is not a third person singular number, it's a first person, that's why verb takes no s here. So can you get it? Yes, you are pretty sure of getting it, I know better. So and the third sentence here, he is obviously a third person singular number, that's why the verb is, okay. So here are the all things together about number and the persons. So and we are going to talk about right now about the types of sentence. So there is 5 types of sentence: affirmative and negative, interrogative, assertive, interrogative, and etc, etc. So I'm going to talk about by turns about that. So here reads a book here. Okay, so there is no